where we're at in the fourth quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to end things with a positive drive and then get the heck out of here.
Yeah, if this had been a concert, you would have heard plenty of sour notes in this one. But they certainly don't want to end it on one. They want to put together a few more throws like that and at least have a final drive to give them a little bit more hope as they move forward.
And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss. From the gun on third down, Rodgers. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for the NFC. This is taken at the 18. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Back out is the AFC offense. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would have, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
Here's Chase now on the jet sweep. He leaps over him. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. It's another first down as they bite off 23 more on that one.
Well, part of why that play works is because the defense has to freeze because they don't know whether he's going to hand it off or keep it himself. And this time, how about that sleight of hand there? Gives it to his wideout. And that indecision defensively, boy, it hurt him in a big way.
And he will take this in for an AFC touchdown. Tyreek Hill finding the end zone yet again. And the AFC just continues to pour it on. The AFC coming to the line. They'll go for 2 here. They'll try and throw for it. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the fourth.
Personally, I'd rather see him kick the extra point there than to go for 2, but it almost feels like there's a story within the story here. I mean, this isn't college. Size of victory, that matters in those games. Here, all you have to do is win by 1 point. That's all that you need. Instead, they go for it, get 2. You got some pretty ticked off folks on the other sideline now.
And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The NFC about ready to set up shop offensively. We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
On 2nd and 9, Rodgers, pressure, and the AFC gets to him for the sack. T.J. Watt in there for the 7th time in this game alone, and that ties him with a late Derek Thomas for the most sacks ever in a single game. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Flush to his right. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
Well, have a game, sir, why don't you? A sack earlier and an exclamation point here late in the game, and this one won by his side of the ball. They played so well, surprised he didn't get his second sack earlier.
And this returnable for Hill. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. With a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. An excellent run there coming from that wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? But now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook. And I think it's a lot because of the receivers that are being developed nowadays. These guys look like running backs, even though they're playing out on the perimeter.
Gets it to Hill. It's a jet sweep. And he goes diving to get as much as he can, following a big gain. A nice little cherry on top there at the end. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. Gets it to Hill. It's a jet sweep. And he is into the end zone for an AFC touchdown. Tyreek Hill. He flat out can't be stopped. And the AFC able to stretch that big lead even further. The AFC coming to the line. They'll go for 2 here. They're going to try and run. And they are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more.
I guess when you're hot, you're hot. I mean, I would just go ahead and take the extra point and move on, but apparently they've got something to prove. Almost feels like something was said this week, and they wanted to make sure that they laid it on them in this game.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded right around the 8. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. The left side throw complete to Adams. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Rodgers going to throw. Well, the pressure gets home, and the AFC comes up with a sack. Myles Garrett make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game. Throwing on 2nd and long. Rodgers escaping the pressure right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down. Here's Rodgers. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for the NFC. Now Hill to return it. And there he goes again. Past the 20. And put it on the board. It's 6, a touchdown. An impressive 75-yard punt return. And the AFC just continues to pull it on. A lot of times they want this guy just to try to flip field position. He flipped it all the way into the end zone.
Yeah, the rule of thumb is, can you pick up 10 yards? That's getting a first down. Instead, he takes it all the way and provides a big spark for his team.
They'll try and run it here. And boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. Takes it at the 7. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Here now the NFC to take over on offense. The last series for a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. To the right side and complete to Jefferson. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Rodgers now to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked by Kevin Byard, and they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
The AFC takes over 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Gets it to Hill. It's a jet sweep. And he will take this in for an AFC touchdown. Tyreek Hill finding the end zone yet again. And the AFC takes advantage of the interception, and they turn it into 6. Well, we've talked about it before. You know, this jet sweep, something a lot of teams like to run nowadays, and this one winds up in the end zone.
And it is all about creating different ways to get the ball in the hands of your playmakers. And wasn't it interesting that prior to this game, head coach told us, I saw this sitting in my chair watching a Tuesday night college game and decided to implement it myself.
And they're just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more. Now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded right around the 8. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here's the NFC offense set to take over again. Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Pressure, and the AFC gets to him for the sack. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack. Rodgers, and pressure coming, and they got him once again. T.J. Watt in there yet again. They just cannot block him. He now has 8 sacks, and that is a new single-game record. Now Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Here's Hill on the return. And he's going to get this all the way down to the 2 before he's wrestled out. Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And this offense, not able to believe their good fortune probably. 1st and goal at the 2. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he will take this in for an AFC touchdown. Tyreek Hill, he flat out can't be stopped. And the AFC able to stretch that big lead even further. They're going to keep it on the ground. And, boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Graham, he will not return it, and his guys will begin at the 25.
The offense for the NFC back out there.
Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone.
Rodgers now on first down. And his throw is incomplete.
This has obviously been a bad loss, but one of the few things they can still do is try to throw the ball all the way to the end zone and get some points on the board so they're not shut out over the...
And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked.
There's your co-NFL record holder, T.J. Watt, doing what he does best, terrorizing quarterbacks.
Here's Rodgers to throw. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Xavier Howard. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And just lops up.
Now the red flag on the field. We'll have a challenge forthcoming. Is this a touchdown? That's the question. CD, what are they looking for here?
You just need any part of the football to break the plane. You don't need the whole football. It doesn't need to go over the entire white line. It's just that front part of the white line. And if you draw an imaginary plane going straight up.
So that challenge not successful there, and that's going to cost him the first of his timeouts.
Gets it to Hill. It's a jet sweep. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And Parker, are you kidding me? With this game that he's having, we are in uncharted waters like we've never seen before.
Just think, if he keeps every football from all the touchdowns scored today, does he need to build a new trophy room?
Yeah. A couple trophy rooms. Maybe a whole home for a trophy room.
What a phenomenal performance, and I'll guarantee you he's going to reward the rest of the offensive unit after this as well for helping him get to this number.
He better. This is just unreal. The AFC coming to the line. They'll go for 2 here. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. The AFC coming to the line. They'll go for 2 here. They're going to try and run. And he will not make it to the goal line as this try for 2 is going to come up empty. But that's little consolation to this defense as they have been porous all game long. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Fielded right around the 8. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The NFC offense heading back onto the field. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down. To throw, it's Rodgers. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And my goodness, another interception. Picked by Kevin Byard. And they will finally stop him, but a great return. Gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Great play, but admittedly, the tackling in the Pro Bowl show is not always the best.
I would say that they're not quite as committed to getting a guy on the ground in the Pro Bowl as maybe during the regular season and, of course, in the playoffs. But still, heck of an individual effort there on that run.
And they are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for two more. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Fielded right around the 8. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The NFC about ready to set up shop offensively.
They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to pull your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Escapes the sack. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line.
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
Now Rodgers got to have this one. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And, boy, that means this next drive is going to start at the 3-yard line.
They'll run here with Taylor.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
But just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come and have to report like they're eligible. But all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
And, boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Fielded right around the 8. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here now the NFC to take over on offense. CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
Steps away, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Offside, defense.
And that one was
relatively easy to see. I notice that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Toward the sideline, he will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet inbounds. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Well, the pressure gets home, and the AFC comes up with a sack. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And now here is another interception. Picked off by J.C. Jackson. And he is going to score. It's a pick six and an AFC touchdown.
Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping to hold a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap one.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This one taken just inside the 10 and beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Ready to begin their next drive here, the NFC offense. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest,
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
So, Charles, final thoughts on this AFC victory.
Bottom line, nobody appeared to be seriously hurt. That's the first thing we look for in this game. Well played, a lot of fun, a lot of excitement. I think that everyone's going to go home pretty happy, especially the AFC since they won the game.